Hello, welcome to the Blue Shell Review. Joining me is the blurred vision of Matt Chapman.
Hello.
And the stunted growth of Craig Clark.
Hello.
So, as you've probably heard, Alex is not with us this week. He's not very well, so Craig has kindly stepped in. Thank you for that, Craig.
That's my pleasure.
So, anyway, Craig, games. You like games?
Have you ever played any?
Yes, and yes. I'm still getting over stunted growth.
Well, you're like 3 foot tall.
Well, it's one of the problems I've got is genuinely buying games because no one believes I'm 18 or over.
No, and plus, sometimes they're on higher shelves that you can't reach.
Yeah, that's normal case though.
Yeah.
So
Do you have to bring them stools at the...
no, I just bring my mum.
Oh, right, fair
She
enough.
picks me up and yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to actually do a game review. And it is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I know.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
It's a Tomb Raider game. Crystal Dynamics is the company that makes it, along with Eidos and Square Enix. And yes, it is the last of the current series. It's a shame, I know. But, in true style, it goes out with a bang because it truly is really good. Graphically, amazing. The scenery is just like breathtaking. Gameplay is what you've come to expect from the recent Tomb Raider games. It's just everything you want a Tomb Raider game to be.
Is it possible for you to tell us why it's the last without giving us any spoilers?
Oh, because they've said it is.
She grows up.
Right. But, I mean, is there like an ending? It ends.
Well, kind of. But you have to bear in mind as well that these new Tomb Raiders are prequels to the original Tomb Raiders. So, although it has a definitive ending, it's not an ending as such because we already know she carries on in the previous games. First Tomb Raider game, the remake, the 2013 was it? Actually lost money, and and because they lost money, the second game when it came out became an Xbox exclusive because they didn't have the sort of money as such to put it on both.
So what made it lose money? Was it that they changed Lara Croft's breast size?
Well, yes, they did do that. However, a lot of it was down to the sort of epicness and how much money they spent on the game to how much money it made. It made a lot of money, but not enough to cover what they spent making it. Yeah, like I said, the storyline in it it's all based in like the Peruvian jungle, so it's all sort of like tribes and things like that. Whereas it's a far cry from the previous ones where it's like snowy or just like this random island in China. These Tomb Raider games, they've had a lot of competition recently. Hence the reason they end up remaking it because of the release of like Uncharted games such as that, where it's for the first time really Tomb Raider's had some real competition in its gameplay. Because Uncharted again, what an amazing set of games.
It wasn't just competition. I mean, as far as I was concerned, when you had a series of Tomb Raider games back on the PS1, PS2, I think.
Both, yeah.
And then they released Uncharted, the first Uncharted game. And as far as I was concerned at the time, that was Tomb Raider, that was done.
Yeah.
It flattened it, didn't it?
So, let us know what you thought of the new Tomb Raider if you've played it. You can always message us. Do you want to go on to Guess the Sound?
Yeah.
Guess the sound. Guess the sound. Anyway, this is Guess the Sound, and this week it's a bit different because the sound bites are actually songs or jingles and things from games. Same rules apply. You guess the game. First one to guess the game gets the point. One with the most points wins the game.
Guess the theme tune.
Guess the theme tune, yeah. They're all theme tunes.
You're right.
Is everyone okay with it? Does everyone understand the rules?
Yeah.
Craig, do you understand the rules?
I understand the rules.
I know it's a foreign concept to your rules.
Guess the tune that is a theme.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go then with sound number 1.
Outrun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was indeed Outrun. So that's 1-0 to Matt.
That
Outrun.
confused me for a few seconds.
Okay. So sound number 2, a lot easier.
Oh, Angry Birds.
Yes.
I have never played that game.
Oh, you're the one guy that's never played Angry Birds, are you?
The interesting thing about Angry Birds for you, it's an interesting fact, but it's not actually an interesting fact, It was designed to help people cope with swine
Wait, hang
flu.
on. Let's just go back to that. An interesting fact,
but it's not your
not
actual,
an interesting
it's
fact.
not your actual interesting fact. Interesting, you know that. But it was helped designed to help people cope with swine flu.
Okay,
Hence
I don't
why
know
you
what
throw
interesting
birds
fact is.
It's Alex singing
That's little known game, in fact.
that one.
Anyway, sound number 3.
Prince of Persia.
No.
I don't know.
Oh, I hate that. You know them annoying ones where you know damn well what it is, but your brain's going, no, I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
It's that, because I know whatever that is.
Do you want to
I
play it
know
again?
and I've played it, and I've heard it recently or whatever.
You've played it a lot.
But mine's a good
Have a guess, yeah, by all means, have a guess.
No, I can have a clue.
Oh, a clue?
Yeah.
It's as far as I'm aware, a PlayStation indie game.
Oh, it's bloody Towerfall.
It is Towerfall, well done. Anyway, sound number 4.
My brain instantly went Resi Evil.
Anyone listening into this now is going, oh my god, you divs!
No, you've got that.
Halo,
Nope.
Resident Evil.
Nope.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever.
Any of them.
No. Okay.
Schindler's List, the game. I haven't got a bloody clue.
Oh, that sounds like a seller, that one. Do
I'd buy it.
you want a clue?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
It is the biggest selling game of all time.
Are you quite sure about that?
Yep.
That's
bold
not
fact.
Skyrim.
Nope. That's not the biggest selling game of
thought
all
Skyrim
time.
was.
No.
It's still selling in abundance now.
It is, yeah. But this one is selling more.
You watch, it'll be one game I don't own.
Probably.
It'd be something I've never played. Because I have this tendency, as much as I'm this massive gamer,
Yeah.
there's all these games that come up where I go, no, I've never played it.
Yeah, it is the most popular game ever made.
Surely,
Tetris.
No.
surely
They're
games
not
like
too far off. You don't-
surely games like Mario.
No.
Is it again?
Okay, you ready?
Oh, Minecraft.
Yes, it
Oh.
is indeed Minecraft. Craig got a point!
Do you know what? The worst part is that I only heard that song about an hour ago. And my brain went, you know it?
Oh, so that's 3-1.
Right, I'm going home.
Yeah, you've got what you're
That's
after.
it. I'm at just 1 point.
Okay, so last one. Craig can't win here, but he might be able to sort of lose with some dignity.
No,
I doubt it.
no.
Now I'm going to hold off for a couple of seconds here.
My brain went Zelda.
This is very niche.
It's not Temple Run.
It's
Our childhood did not have Temple Run in it.
What do you mean? Well, my childhood, I don't know about yourself, but there was a lot of chasms and coins and death.
well, there was in ours, but that was more.
Yeah, but what about your gaming experiences?
Yeah,
Oh, gaming. No, I just said general
that was
going
more,
to school.
more real life on the BMX.
Just general going to school, I'd have to run down the street, I'd collect the coins off the floor and then avoid instant pitfall deaths.
Okay, so Craig has no idea on this, so Matt, put him out his misery.
Simon the Sorcerer.
Yes, it is Simon the Sorcerer. So there you go, that was Guess the Sound. This week's winner is Matt Chapman. Well done.
Okay then. Here's a controversial subject that I'm going to bring up now. Now, first of all, I've got to say that I've been getting bits and pieces of feedback for this podcast, and one of the bits of sort of negative feedback that we've got is that
Your voice.
apart from that, is that we've been a bit negative about games.
Yeah.
Sometimes just sort of slamming a game, going, "Oh no, I don't like that," without really going into a reason why. Right. So bearing that in mind, I'm going to bring up my next subject.
I thought you were, in fairness, Matt, sorry, I thought you were going to give us a list of like 14 games you hate just on.
Yeah.
Like, Chucky egg, skirmish.
I could do that. The latest Call of Duty game is
Black Ops
either,
73.
Yeah, it's either about to come out or it's just come out over the last few days. Yeah, but what I'm talking about is past Call of Duty games, and we're going to be constructive about it if we're going to.
Oh, so we're not talking about the new one. We're talking about past
No,
ones.
we don't know anything about the new one.
Oh, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity, is this constructive negativity?
Yes, that's
Wicked.
exactly
I
what
can
we're
do
calling
that.
it. Yeah. The first Call of Duty game that I ever got into, in any way, shape, or form.
Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. What sold me on that particular game was it was just so intensely realistic, or that's how it felt to me. You know.
I wouldn't know. I've never been to war.
Well,
You look like you have.
it was you know, the voice acting was convincing, the scenarios that it put you in were convincing. It really sort of got your adrenaline pumping, and that's not even to mention the multiplayer. I'm just talking about, you know, the single player campaign, and then of course it had a fantastic multiplayer on the top of that.
Yeah.
So I got really into that.
Well, one of the best multiplayers they've done, really.
But then
Arguably.
Modern Warfare 2 came along, and
One of the best multiplayers ever done,
yeah,
really.
and I got so unbelievably into that and sunk many hours into it. But already, even just by Modern Warfare 2, I've already got to say that that's the point where you could see things getting a bit too crazy. This is just my opinion, and see if anybody agrees with it.
Well, you mean sort of moving beyond realistic and
Yeah,
becoming...
it sort of became very Michael Bay-ish. It was like
Yeah.
every game had to... It's like more explosions, bigger and crazier and more over the top.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
You know, so there you go. They were my thoughts without going into too much detail of, like, you know, overall there were things that I liked about Call of Duty, but year by year I grew a little bit tired of it because it seemed to be constantly trying to outdo itself.
At least we're not that 46-year-old guy that then went hunting for the 14-year-old that killed him in Call of Duty and assaulted him.
You know how to keep things light.
Which it happened in England. A 46-year-old man did go hunting for the guy in...
How old are you again?
Me.
So there you go. What's your favourite Call of Duty game? Let us know. Little known game, in fact.
Sure.
Yeah. Take it away, Alex.
Little known gaming facts. Ooh. Little known gaming facts. Ooh. Little known gaming facts.
What's
Should
your
someone-
opinion on Alex's theme tune for his...
I like it, but Alex needs to sing it every time.
Yeah.
It can't just be a recording of him singing it.
No.
It has to be every time you do it.
Are you in agreement that it was...
Yeah,
the
but
fact
hang
that
on,
it
but-
was such garbage is what made it good?
yeah.
Yeah, because every time Alex sings, a fairy dies.
Yeah, but that's what happens. He's a soul eater.
You're just anti-fairy.
I'm not. My little known gaming fact is I've got a few of them, but I'm going to go mainly with Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
The original game.
We do like a bit of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
Or the original. Or
The original, the very first Mortal Kombat.
The first and
Kombat
best,
game.
in my opinion.
It was very good, wasn't it?
It was amazing.
Especially that childhood youth where you find that first fatality you've ever done.
Also, can you remember back in the day when that came out, how realistic, if you can indeed...
Yeah.
No, but what I mean is realistic, not in terms of sort of ripping people's spines out and stuff, but realistic as in the motion capture and the animation.
It was the first one that used sort of photo animation, weren't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
It was
actual photos of
everyone-
actual people, although they were pixelated.
So you'd come
Every
from-
single character in it, except for one, was motion captured.
Yeah.
no doubt that was Goro.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But that's not.
That's
the fact.
amazing. How did they get Raiden to fly across the screen like that? We're tailing off a bit now. What's
So-
the actual little known gaming fact?
Right, the little known game, in fact, does relate to fatalities.
Okay.
The creators of Mortal Kombat put fatalities in and didn't tell anyone about it.
Right. When you say didn't tell anyone.
Didn't tell anyone. The developers knew about it,
Yeah.
but no one that reviewed the game or played the game or any of the other people that gave it its 18 rating in the end knew anything about it. And they put it in an arcade, and a young boy within 15 minutes found the very first fatality.
And this kid was about 5.
Found the fatality, turned round to the two guys that created the game and went, "Oh my God, did you just see that?" At which point they blatantly lied and went, "No." Boy spent a fortune trying to replicate the fatality. He had no idea how he did. Told all his friends about it, and no one believed him until they finally got hold of the game.
That poor
themselves.
kid probably ended up in like some padded cell going, no, it was real.
Yeah.
I saw it.
That's my little known game, in fact.
Wow. Yeah, that is quite impressive, actually. Like, that
Yeah.
poor kid, they'd all just basically turned around and went, no, I didn't see a thing.
Well, the poor kid. What about his parents who had to fund the constant returns to the arcade?
The Mortal Kombat addiction.
Yeah.
No, Timmy, don't keep going back to that same game. So, yeah, well, there you go. That was a little known game, in fact. Thank you, Craig, for that.
That's all right. Over the Halloween month, PS4 has been giving out free games if you're a member of PlayStation Plus. One of the games has been Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You've got one killer, that's always Jason. And
No.
it is, believe it or not. He's got his picture on the screen.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't know?
His middle name's Pamela.
No wonder he goes around killing people. We don't want anybody to know that.
The best thing about the game for myself is actually never playing as Jason. It's more being the survivor. It's more fun to actually get one over on Jason.
So going back to Alex being a psychopath, he would get immense pleasure about chasing us down and destroying us in different ways.
Alex would love it.
Yeah.
The thing about the game as well is it's also single player, so you can literally just play scenarios where you are Jason, and it replicates what's happened in films.
So if you're a fan of the films, then
If you're a fan of the films,
it carries on into the game.
Yeah, literally the single player games is snippets from the film that you get to reenact. There's also a thing called
How
virtual.
much content is there in terms of that?
Single player wise, you've got if you're trying to get the 100% achievements, 100%
100%
achievement, 100% achievement. There's at least single player. I'd say maybe an hour to 2 hours of gameplay. Then you've got what they call a virtual cabin, which is just you in Jason's cabin.
Okay.
And you have to unlock stuff, go around the whole of his cabin, unlock stuff, and then eventually...
So like a puzzle game?
Yeah, and then you get to go outside the cabin and find some other stuff, and it will constantly update, and it goes from just being in the cabin all the way up to Jason X, which is the space theme Jason. Fun. If I'd still be doing it now if I had to work the stuff out myself. But the main content of that game is the multiplayer.
Yeah, but you struggle working a door handle.
They go up.
No, mate, they don't.
They do.
No, they go down.
No, they go
You
up.
go down and you have a push or pull.
Lefty, righty, tighty, lefty. I have got some slight negativity about Friday the 13th, and that is I paid 50 quid for the bloody game. and
then it
now
became
it's
free.
Yeah. So it's one of them. The game has add-ons you can buy, like the swimsuit pack.
Oh, I don't want to see Jason in a swimsuit.
Not Jason.
Oh.
The other characters you can play running around in a pair of Speedos. Because everything in it is based in the 80s. It's like if a new Survivor comes out for the game, they'll give it you for free. You've got to work towards unlocking them, but you get it for free.
But it's there if you can get to it.
So they do a lot of stuff.
Oh, cool.
And it's one of them. The game also has Kane Hodder, who plays Jason in the game, who was the most memorable of the guys that actually played Jason in the films.
Okay.
So most of the mannerisms.
Can you
of
be
Jason-
more memorable with a guy that just wears a hockey mask?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to elaborate on that. I'm just going to
Yeah, just say yes and that's it. And I think that's going to conclude this week's Blue Shell review. Ending with yes. So, yep, that's it. We're done. Thanks for listening. Bye from me.
Bye from me.
And goodbye.